Now, if you've ever bought a ticket to a concert or sporting event in Australia, chances are you've dealt with Ticketek. But who runs this ticketing giant? Well, as it turns out, it's a complicated web of corporate structures, tax loopholes, and financial trails stretching all across the globe and ultimately ending up to our favourite place, the Cayman Islands. Now, why is this important? Because we are paying for it. The artists, musicians, the public, the venues, all at the expense of this foreign corporate maze. And they are making a lot of money out of the Australian market. So an investigation by Michael West Media and Callum Foote has revealed that Ticketek isn't as Australian as it seems. Profits are siphoned offshore to Singapore, USA, California, and of course the Cayman Islands through a convoluted chain of ownership. A babushka doll of corporate structures. A name at the heart of this web is Amplify Bidco Pty Ltd, a name unknown to most Australians, but a crucial one to the Australian entertainment industry. So let's unravel the web. So Ticketek on its face value is just a ticket distributor, focusing on live music, sport and concerts both in Australia and New Zealand. Much like Live Nation in the USA, Ticketek is the dominant player when it comes to ticketing in Australia. But that isn't all what they do. Thanks to Michael West and Callum Foote, we went through their ASIC documents to find that Ticketek and its parent company, Amplify Bidco, have been on quite the spending spree the last couple of years. This complex corporate structure controls more than just Ticketek. It includes ticketing companies, venues, catering firms, and promoters deeply embedded in Australia's entertainment industry. Now, despite earning $912 million in revenue, almost $1 billion, a massive leap from the previous year, their tax contributions to Australia are minimal. Amplify Bidco even received a tax refund of $20 million in 2022. So it all starts here with the ASIC database. In Australia, in order to register as a business, you must first fill out an Australian Securities and Investment Commission application, meaning you have to disclose a bit of information including your members, principal place of business, financials, and here's the key, holding companies. Now, let's kick this off, shall we? So to start, you have to find Ticketek. Easy enough. So Ticketek Pty Ltd, who owns that? Let's scroll down and, the holder is TEG Pty Limited. So okay, let's go check them out. Scroll down again, we've got Live Entertainment Investments 3 Pty Ltd. Weird name, but luckily we've got their details too, so who owns that? Live Entertainment Investments 2 Pty Ltd. Now this just looks like a babushka doll. Who owns this one? Live Entertainment Investments 1 Pty Ltd. Let's just speed run through this. Live Entertainment Holdings Pty Ltd. Amplify Finco Pty Ltd. Amplify Bidco Pty Ltd. Amplify Pledgeco Pte.Lte. Okay, so it seems like we've lost the trail here, but hold on, wait, what's this? So far, all of these primary addresses for all of these businesses has been Level 3, 175 Liverpool Street, Sydney, New South Wales. But Pledgeco, now this is interesting, 9 Raffles Plaza, 2601 Republic Plaza, Singapore. And because it's a business in Singapore, it does not have to register with ASIC. But the trail does not run cold here, because luckily ASIC requires you to list your ultimate holding company, which would save just a lot of time, but I like to be dramatic. Now if we scroll up ever so slightly, you'll notice that these companies are ultimately owned by Silver Lake Offshore AIV GPV Ltd, which, in summary, is an American company which has its holdings in the Cayman Islands! Who would have guessed? So, Amplify Bidco is no lone wolf. It's buried under 8 levels of corporate structure that we could find, and by the time you get to the top, you're in the Cayman Islands, where tax avoidance isn't just a perk, it's the whole point. Now, this tangled web isn't about simplicity, it's about obfuscation, making it nearly impossible to know who's actually running the show and where the money is going. So what's the scam with their actual profits? So despite their almost quadrupling of revenues, Amplify Bidco, the mob which owns Ticketek in Australia, are far from profitable, at least on paper. They recorded a loss of $4.9 million before their income tax rebate, which is a dramatic improvement from their $55 million loss the year before. Yet their cost of services has skyrocketed, with 2023 costs more than tripling compared to 2020. So where's all this money going? That's a mystery that even their financial statements can't fully explain. So here we are watching foreign-owned corporations like Ticketek and Amplified Bidco grow their empires under our noses, siphoning their revenues offshore with barely any accountability. Meanwhile, they're squeezing artists, venues, and the entire music ecosystem down to the very last drop. The artists barely get a slice, despite the increased revenues. Venues struggle to stay afloat, and all while these corporate behemoths rake in the cash. Look, this isn't just about some ticketing company, though it's about the systemic gutting of Australia's music and entertainment scene, facilitated by the very regulators and politicians who should be protecting it. Every dollar that's funneled overseas is a dollar that is not spent in the local market. We could be supporting local talent, nurturing a thriving live music culture, or even try and keep small venues alive. But instead those profits are going offshore and we don't see any of it. Now, the problem is, no one's paying attention. These predatory foreign corporations have crept in, expanded their footprint, and consolidated power, and we're just letting it happen. If we don't shine a light on these things, and we don't hold them accountable, the live music scene as we know it could just disappear, and with it, the heart of our cultural identity. Last week we did a story on Ticketmaster and Live Nation and how their dynamic pricing are squeezing fans to the last drop. Unless we do something about it in this country, all we're going to see are Australians not being able to afford live music. The Look into Ticketek highlights a broader issue. Who owns the companies that we interact with every day, and how much do they contribute to the country's economy, which allows them to make such big profits? With profits hidden in tax havens, the benefits of this so-called Australian company seem to be going everywhere but Australia. If we don't support our local industry, we will not have an Australian scene to support in the long run.